Good morning, guys. Good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel where we discuss South African trend news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. It's tricky out there politically, and it is smelling dishonesty, it is smelling accusations, it is smelling a sense of being disgruntled. Anyways, do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics, but I am a South African citizen who's also a voter, so I do believe my views count, at least to me. Moving right along, Randall Williams, the former mayor of the city of Tshwane, has come out with some serious accusations directed at the Democratic Alliance. Firstly, accuses Cilliers Brink of being dishonest about HAMANSKRAAL water situation, the financial state of the city of Tshwane, accusing MSIMANGA of being dishonest, accusing all sorts of things against Helen Zille and John Steenhuisen. So let us see what he said. I just want to share a little bit and then we'll hear from the man himself for what he is saying. This one says, breaking news, former Tshwane Mayor Randall Williams says the DA ex-mayor Cilliers Brink is a liar. Randall says Brink is lying about everything he is saying in the media about HAMANSKRAAL water, the financial position of Tshwane, etc. Randall says MSIMANGA is very dishonest. And this one responded and said the disgruntled ex-members always pop up a few years later. Is he disgruntled? Is Randall Williams disgruntled? Or is someone that has been long wanting to put facts out there? You decide yourself. I'm just going to put the first clip right here.
Since July 2022, there was a faction in my caucus consisting of a few white councillors, a few, not the majority, a few. They then would attack me consistently with the support of Solly, I must say. Solly and some of his friends in the caucus. They would regularly attack me on the caucus WhatsApp groups. So what I also found out, one of them then screenshot the attacks against me and they sent it to Helen and then claimed that the whole caucus turned against me. So already they got the support of Helen and John to oust me. At the same time, in July, I saw the trouble coming. In July 2022, they suddenly appointed Cilliers Brink to be in charge of white stakeholders in the city of Tshwane, and that all service delivery issues concerning white residents had to be referred to Cilliers Brink. And the instruction also implied that I had to, as mayor, had to report to Cilliers Brink. And I absolutely refused. And I told my chief of staff, there's no way I'm going to report to someone who is not a politician in the city of Tshwane and who's not above me. I'm not going to happen. And then afterwards, Solly sent a WhatsApp message. It was never intended that I should report to Cilliers Brink. So I could see from that time and with the faction, there was a move to oust me as mayor. And it was clear. The thinking then already was to appoint Cilliers Brink. So the point I want to make is disrespect for the multi-party coalition agreement. The ousting of Cilliers Brink, I don't know why the issue of motions of no confidence has suddenly become a problem. As the DA in the city of Tshwane, we've made extensive uses of it. We brought it several times against Marunwa. We brought it under Solly as well, motions of no confidence. We brought several motions of no confidence in the city of Tshwane to remove the current speaker. So when it suits the DA, motions of no confidence, it's absolutely fine. But when it's against the DA, no, it shouldn't be used.
Okay. I admit it does give an energy of somebody who is disgruntled, an ex-member who is disgruntled now coming out with all the files. But it also gives an energy of somebody that has experienced deep hurt from a certain group of people. So he mentioned Cilliers Brink, Helen Zille, John Steenhuisen, a certain group of white people, and also MSIMANGA. But most importantly, when he was going through the hurt, the person that was the fave, like a spoiled brat who's benefiting from your hurt, was Cilliers Brink. A brat according to the way he feels, not my own brat, according to the way Randall Williams is feeling. Now, he says Cilliers Brink was put in the city of Tshwane to serve the interest of those of the areas that voted for the Democratic Alliance the most. And somebody said most parties do that so that they can get to keep the people that voted for them, so that they focus on growth while they're keeping the members that they already have. Or maybe the voters that they already have. However, that's not my focus. My focus is here. When he was taken out, Randall Williams was taken out of the city Tshwane, he could already see that Cilliers Brink is coming for his position. And indeed it happened. He became the mayor, Cilliers Brink became the mayor of the city of Tshwane, and Randall Williams was taken out. So, after some time, we see as it stands today, Cilliers Brink is not the mayor of the city of Tshwane. He was recently taken out. So it is said that Randall Williams has been quiet for a while after leaving the Democratic Alliance. He moved away from the limelight. Now that he sees that the one that benefited from his head is also facing the certain music, and he is also out of that position, not by the hand of those that took him out, which are the DA leaders, but by the hand of the ANC, EFF, and the rest, and Action SA. And he knows that by Cilliers Brink coming out of the city of Tshwane, the pain is sitting on Helen Zille, Jens Steenhuisen, Cilliers Brink, and MSIMANGA and the entire Democratic Alliance. So for him, it's karma for the Democratic Alliance. For him, it's satisfaction. His satisfaction is time to gloat. It's time to gloat and sprinkle a few files that you have against a political party that did you wrong, that you used to belong to. Anyway, I just feel like, in our language we say choto, and in Zulu they say ulayekile. Kasipedi ba swing. So basically, what's his name? Randall Williams is telling the Democratic Alliance that Bali swing. And the person that also reacted on this whole thing is Herman Mashaba. Firstly, I'm just going to put here what brought Herman Mashaba out for him to react. What did Randall say that brought Herman Mashaba out to comment on this Randall and the Democratic Alliance and Cilliers Brink?
A lack of confidence in the party. The DA, this is amazing. You hear statements that Herman Mashaba undermined the coalition agreement. You hear statements about, one thing I don't like is that you use, like before the elections, swart gevaar policies, where you refer to the EFF as a diabolical alliance. We've got a constitution in this country, and anyone can start a political party. And according to their manifesto, they can run for election, that people must vote for them. There's no such thing because you don't agree with someone else's manifestation. They're going to nationalize the Reserve Bank. You now call them diabolical evil. Where does that come from? This used to be in the 1980s, where the National Party ran swart gevaar campaigns and vilified black people. And that's what the DA is doing today. They're vilifying black parties. And that is not on. And then the other thing which I've now seen consistently in the DA and supported by the media is that there are now factions in the ANC. There's the good faction under Cyril Ramaphosa, and there's the bad faction under the Alex Mafia. Where does this come from? Again, the 1980s, when the national parties brilliantly use divide and rule, create homeland Bantustans and split the black people. That is exactly what the DA is doing now. Divide and rule. And we are a constitutional democracy. We cannot allow parties like the DA go back to racism of the 1980s.
He is now really sounding like one of the progressive parties. I'm looking forward to seeing him which side he is going to. He sounds like much like the progressive side. Progressive, quote unquote, progressive. I have a feeling with that progressive word being used by the parties that they say they are progressive, but okay, that's not the story for today. So Herman Mashaba came out to comment, because why is Mashaba commenting? He's feeling like the Democratic Alliance is blue ticking them, and the Democratic Alliance has been mum on this Randall Williams issue. They haven't said a word, and Herman Mashaba keeps sharing posts on X that why are they silent? They must say something. I'm looking forward to them saying something, and maybe the Democratic Alliance by now has said something, but less than an hour ago I saw that they haven't said anything. So I'm also looking forward to it, and I'm expecting them to just brush it off. That's a kind of feeling that I'm getting, that they will certainly brush this off. So my having sharing a post on X that why are they silent? I want them to say something, and the Democratic Alliance is like they're on some, we ain't gonna be saying a single word. And Herman Mashaba says, why can't they respond? They have been on a massive propaganda campaign, insulting some of us and lying to South Africans. They are not going to get away from this. Our personal reputations were badly damaged by this malicious reporting. The DA has caused so much racial tension and division in the last few weeks, and he continues to say, he says, our DA needs to officially respond to these claims like they did in the past few weeks to tarnish our names. Herman Mashaba is getting fed up of the Democratic Alliance's silence. He just wants them to say something so he can drag them some more, so we can have more from this conversation. He wants to milk this for PR as much as possible. So yeah, he also said, we wait with great anticipation. So MSIMANGA's response, Herman Mashaba is just there. He wants to drag them some more. He just wants the nation to drag them some more. He wants the story not to die. He just wants this conversation to continue. How MSIMANGA, John Stayhayes, and everyone in the Democratic Alliance, the entire Democratic Alliance, he wants them to be exposed for lying, for so many things. So this is the story that is so palatable to Herman Mashaba, and not to mention Randall Williams. It's like, when somebody takes your man from you, I'm talking from a woman's perspective, when somebody takes your man from you and your man is taken as well, because nobody can take a man that doesn't want to be taken. So somebody take your man, and you are there weeping, and suddenly somebody comes and take that man from her still, and the person is kicked out by somebody else. Come out to gloat. So this is what is happening with Randall Williams, as it's like he's been harboring so much anger for quite some time, and now it's time for him to release, and feel so happy. I'm sure wherever he is, he's smiling at himself that, oh, Cilliers Brink, you came to this position at my expense, and I was kicked out, and somebody somehow kicked you out, and your entire camp that brought you in is weeping. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Anyway, if you want more on the story, you can look it up on the news. You can check Newsroom. They're pushing the story as well. EWN reporter is also sharing the story. I think I saw most clips from them. They were interviewing him. So yeah. That's the story that is currently trending politically. Thank you guys for watching my videos, and thank you for watching those ads in full. It's really going a long way, and I wish you a very beautiful day.